Greetings class and welcome. I'm your instructor, Miss Twilly, and I just wanted to make a quick video to address some of the worksheets that I've been seeing as far as your ethical case study number 1, which is your positive communication video. And so the outlines are due today, so hopefully you're turning those in and turning those in on Blackboard and not emailing me. Just make sure they're submitted to Blackboard as well. So let's talk about these instructions. So I'm looking at the same worksheet that you guys have been working from, and let's talk about what needs to go where first, okay? So what needs to go where first is, so you obviously you're going to tell me your name, you're going to tell me your major, where you're from, and then their academic integrity statement. So your academic integrity statement is, I declare that this work is my own, and so basically you're saying I didn't cheat, I'm not using somebody else's work, and that information is on the information sheet regarding this assignment. So on this outline, so it says question number 1, you're going to tell me who is the person who has positively influenced you and what was their connection to you. So this is someone you know. This is not Beyonce, this is not Jay-Z, either one of them. It has to be someone you actually know and you have a relationship with. So probably like your mom or a friend, that sort of thing, or maybe even a teacher. Okay, so this has to be someone that has positively influenced you and you've seen them communicate in a positive way that has actually influenced you. So you're going to tell me who that is, and you're going to tell me their relationship to you, and you're going to tell me what makes them special. What is it about them that makes you want to make your video about them, okay? Question number 2. So it says, what story can you share that illustrates the positive communication behaviors that this person has inspired in you? So you're going to share a story. This story is not about, when they gave you the best present ever or that sort of thing. This is an actual story about their positive communication style. You were with them when they communicated in a very positive way. Maybe you had an interaction with them. Maybe this is about a time you had a fight with your best friend, but instead of them getting really mad at you, they were able to communicate with you in such a positive way that your friendship was salvaged, and maybe you learned something from that. Maybe you learned, hey, name calling is not the best way to handle an argument. Maybe some positive communication behaviors is the best way to do this. Okay, but whatever those are, you're going to identify them and you're going to tell me. Okay, so, and it has a 1, 2 there. This is just kind of like, you need 2 positive communication behaviors that you're going to tell me. You're going to zero in on those, and then you're going to tell that story. So make sure your story has enough meat to it that you can actually analyze it, because we're going to start analyzing it as we get through this worksheet. Okay, so 2 ethical standards of communication. This is from the course manual. Okay, so that's going to be like, trustworthiness, honesty, those are your ethical standards. What did they, so give me one, right? How did they illustrate this? From your story, are you able to pull out those ethical implications, okay? So you're going to give me that first, maybe they're very honest, okay? Whatever. That's the implication. So you're going to go, what does it mean? So look in the course manual, give me that definition. All right, and then you're going to tie it to an example from the story. That's very, very important. I've seen lots of videos in the past where the students do a great job maybe defining something, but they forget to tie it back to the story. And that's where it comes into play, where you need a story that really has some meat and substance to it. Okay, so civil and ethical communication implication number 2. So you need 2 of those, right? Trustworthiness, honesty, whatnot. Example from the story. Question number 4. What 2 UALR foundational communication principles from the course manual are illustrated by the story, and why? So communication principle, remember those? You cannot not communicate, or communication is learnable. All right, those are 2 examples. You need 2 of those. You're going to explain it to me. So what does the book say? Or give it to me in your own words. What does that actually mean? And then give me an example from the story. You have to tie it back to your story. All right, question number 5. How has this person's communication with you shaped your sense of self? How have they changed the way you see yourself? All right, so maybe you now know that you can communicate this way. All right, maybe you saw them interact with an instructor that was very, very positive, and you've taken that with you as you've grown. That you go, okay, I don't have to ignore my instructor, I don't have to be a jerk, I can actually communicate it this way. All right, so how have they shaped your sense of self? All right, so you're going to give me 2 examples of that. And then question number 6, what 2 communication concepts from chapters 2 through 5, that's very important, chapters 2 through 5 in your textbook are you more mindful of as a result of communicating with this person? So concepts, let's talk about again what those are. So don't forget everything I've said. So you're going to need to always remember, what are ethical implications? Where do you find them? What are foundational communication principles? Where do you find them? And of course, where do you find your concepts? So your concepts are going to be the little, your vocabulary words. They're magenta or pink, whatever color you want to call it. But those are found in your textbooks. Now, for this assignment, you can only use concepts from chapter 2 through 5. So you can go chapter 2, 3, 4, or 5. You can use those chapters to pull your concepts from. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, when I communicate with others, I'm more mindful of, you're going to provide me with a concept, then you're going to define that concept for me, and then you're going to give an explanation of why. Okay, so you have to say why. Why is probably the most important part of this whole thing, okay? And then another one, when I communicate with others, I'm more mindful of whatever it is, X, Y, Z. Explain that concept. In other words, give me the definition, and then explain why. How are you more mindful of that? Okay, so that's how you do this assignment. If you have any questions or you want to go back, or maybe you need to, submit another draft of your outline, that's fine. This is sort of like a learning opportunity. And this is just some of the stuff that I've seen as I started to work through them. So please don't feel bad. This is not a shaming thing. This is all a part of learning. So this is how you do that assignment. And unfortunately, I've not been able to get that example of the positive communication video working. And so I'm going to have to actually take that down. I was hoping to give you guys some extra credit for that. I will think of something else to kind of, feed into the extra credit. I know everybody likes extra credit. So please do not despair. More extra credit is coming. So if you have any questions about this assignment, please feel free to email me. I always try to check it. I know I'm not always at my email, but I will get back to you. All right. Have a great week. See you later.